Hi everybody, this is Wendy and I am making a video about my worm bin that I started a few months ago. I got tired of never having nutritious soil to start my seeds in and always seem to have problems with any of my plants getting going. So I thought I would make my own compost, but trying to make a big old pile outside just wasn't working for me. So I found out about Redworm Composting, and it could be done right inside your house with pretty much no smell, no really annoyance, few little bitty gnat fly thingies, but nothing major. So on the right hand side you see that there is a pile of fresh newspaper shredding, cardboard. Underneath we have some food for them, which it's buried. This happens to be some cuttings from some pineapple that I had gotten, and whatever else. Most of it's pineapple, but there's a little bit of other stuff in here, and you notice it's actually a fairly good sized chunk. It's been sitting in my kitchen in a container for about a week. But there's some little worms. They are liking it because they like it when it's had some time to sit and makes it easier for them to eat. I've got all the newspaper and some water. Notice the newspaper's a little damp. That is because worms get their water through their skin. So you want to always make sure that any paper products that you put in there, that you get them wet. Otherwise your little worms will shrivel up. This side is after about 3 months of working. This is what's left of some eggshells and the cardboard and the food and lots of dirt. And if you notice, as we start to kind of go through here, this is exciting. It's sometimes hard to find these in here, but we have that little brown ball. That is a worm little egg sac, and it's got about 20 eggs in it, but only about 5 to 7 of those eggs will actually hatch and make worms. But it means that, you know, we're growing, that our worms have enough food, that they feel like they can reproduce. So they are happy worms, and I love seeing these because I love knowing I've got happy worms, because happy worms will make me lots and lots of dirt. But as you kind of scrape through here, you're going to see I started with 30 worms, one of those little packages from Cabela's, and there's one of my worms. And somewhere in here there was a little baby. Oh, there's another egg sac. But I started with 30 worms from Cabela's. They actually say that you need a pound of worms for every half pound of food a day that you're going to put in here. And I didn't know that at the time when I started. I didn't want to buy a pound of worms because that was like 1,000 worms, 500 to 1,000 worms. And I thought that was way more than my little family needed. I thought it was a little crazy, especially for my little bin. I don't know if you can tell, but look at all those egg sacs in there. Oh my gosh, that is exciting. But so I started with 30. Thought 30 was plenty. It took a while for things to get going. It seemed like my worms weren't really doing anything, and I was kind of worried. And I then found out that it was just simply a matter of they had too much food, and I was expecting them to do too much. So I just waited and kind of left them alone, let them do their thing. And after a few months, this is what I've got. Lots and lots of dirt, lots and lots of egg sacs. I'm starting to see how many are in here. They are busy. So what I've done, the reason I've split the two sides up is because this side is almost done. And I just keep kind of sifting through, pulling the big stuff out, moving it over to the other side. My hope is that once the worms have decided that they're done over here, that they're going to all slowly gravitate over here to where this food is. And that way we will be able to clear this out. And all of these new eggs that are hatched, they've all got to hatch, and all those babies need to move over, because I don't want to lose my worms in my plants, because these aren't really underground type worms. These worms like to be near the surface of the ground, because they're the kind that if you were to find a big pile of leaves in the forest, these are the worms that would be taking care of that forest floor. So basically what I've created is a forest floor, and we're letting them eat. So I will hopefully do another video later as we progress and we get to where we can really see what's going on. And for anybody who is interested in starting their own worm bin, I'd be glad to help. It's just simply a big purple container, and we've drilled some holes in it so the worms have air. It's got a top that's right over there that's got some holes drilled in it, and that's pretty much it. Some food, some newspaper, some cardboard, and some water, and we have some happy worms. They are producing amazing. Oh, let's see if we can get close enough to see this little guy. Let me see here. Where did he go? We have a little bitty guy here that I'm having trouble finding him now with the camera. I can see him with my naked eye, but I'm having trouble finding him with the camera. There he is. That little worm, that is... Wait, where's my finger? There we go. This little guy, he is so tiny. You see my finger next to him? You can see how incredibly tiny he is. But he is a baby, brand new, so we're going to bury him, keep him safe. And that's it. You guys have a great day, and happy composting.